that was the best day of my life because that was the first time I made money online, right? The first time I ever saw any sort of money from the online space. My first Shopify store, I sold what I did is obviously my first store failed miserably, blew up in my face, right? My first store failed and I had no sales and I had nothing going on. But then I realized that how am I different? How am I different from most people selling stuff? I was selling t-shirts, right? And then I realized how am I different from most of the people selling t-shirts? I'm not. I'm the same. So why would someone give a fuck about what I have to sell, right? And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, this is not working and I'm just spending money on it. So let me move to something else. What I had done is I lived in Weston-super-Mare at the time, right? It's a city or town in the UK. And I had started selling tennis tennis stringing machines, right? And I had looked at AliExpress and I looked at all the people selling it, and then I'd imported all those products into my Shopify store and started selling it, and started going to Facebook. I didn't pay anything for marketing. I didn't use Facebook ads. I went to Facebook and I was now putting it on Facebook Marketplace that I'm selling machines. Within that same day, someone messaged me and bought a machine from me for £450. That was the best day of my life because that was the first time I made money online, right? The first time I ever saw any sort of money from the online space. And I realized that the two things I'd done differently was I had made myself different from most of the people selling because no one was selling tennis stringing machines. That's why I chose to sell tennis stringing machines, and it's something that I knew about. No one was selling tennis stringing machines, just me. And I was selling them for the whole southwest of England. There was a point where I was now the main distributor of tennis stringing machines in the southwest of England. But yeah, there's one person that did buy a machine from me. And I realized that the only way to really sell through dropshipping is by being different. So I should have stayed in that niche of tennis stringing machines because I would have done better there. And that was the mistake I did.